like to talk about some of the protocols that have helped me personally and that you might want to consider. In fact, I recommend that at some point you explore all of these. Listening to books on Audible in the relative topics of interest may include trauma, meditation, hypnosis. I think there's a good body of work about the competent science of, I don't know if you'd call it ESP or just things that we have not yet fully understood yet on a scientific basis, meaning our current scientific theories do not explain them, but there is very strong basis to acknowledge their existence. There is a River, written about the life of Edgar Cayce, a medical intuitive, went under hypnosis, very well documented. I recommend that you read enough in that vein to be confident of the existence on a scientific basis of things that our current scientific theories lack the distinctions and sophistication to explain. Psychedelics, Food for the Gods, Acid Test, and I forget the book by James Fadiman, but then there's also Changing Your Mind, Michael Pollan. Psychedelics are a very important exploration in terms of the medicine of altered state of consciousness and the medicines that induce altered state of consciousness. And again, the tension between the politics and superstition around psychedelics and the science and traditions around psychedelics, particularly psilocybin, ayahuasca, and DMT, which is actually an endogenous compound within every human brain, and LSD. Another area to explore is art. Now, it's less important which expression it is. I've enjoyed poetry, drawing, painting, writing books, designing gardens. Also, even a little bit with sound. After learning that Terence McKenna started exploring sound in some of his DMT explorations, I consciously have allowed sounds and new vocabulary, etc., to come through. And the way I see it is that much like taking a new route to work or saying things in a new way or trying on a new pair of clothes, that when you try on new sounds, in the humility of not needing to give them meaning and lineal thought structures, but just sound, you're creating certain relationships within the brain that are not governed by the conscious mind. And that's partly what we're looking for in art. We're looking for expression through poetry, through painting, drawing, through dance and movement that can build the muscle of the feminine self, the lineal left brain, the logic and reason and point A to point B, get to the point kind of bent of thinking and behaving is very much the masculine. And in our culture, that tends to be overbalanced. Too much masculine energy, not enough feminine energy. And the feminine energy that is here is often dishonored, denigrated, ignored, and undervalued. So another whole theme of growth and personal exploration is journaling. One style I found useful is bit by bit throughout the day or for key events. This is what happened. This is the sensations in my body when it happened. These are my thoughts about what happened. This is what I felt about what happened. And this is what I'm going to do differently in the future as a result of synthesizing not only what happened, but what I felt and thought about what happened. So this is my action. Acknowledgement, integration, new initiative. Another whole thread of growth and exploration is actually self-witnessing. Now, there's talking in front of a mirror. There's writing emails to oneself. There's writing letters to oneself in a journal. And then there's what I'm doing right now, which is a larger witness with a phone right in front of me, in this case a Note 8, using the front-facing camera so that I'm looking right into my eyes, right into my face. I'm talking to another human being. I'm engaging and connecting with him. And we have this duality within every human being. When we say we're talking to ourselves, what we're referencing is the fact that there are multiple personas. Whenever you make a decision, you're saying, well, I could do this, and there's these benefits, and this part of me wants to do this, and then I could do this, and there's these benefits, and this part of me wants to do this. And then there's the witness that listens to both sides and then says, in this situation, for these reasons, I think we're going to do this. And that way there's at least three in that dialogue. This side, the witness, and the decision. And one of the ways to facilitate consciousness and growth is to say things from the part that is we identify with, and then listen to what we say and witness what we say. There is a way that this brings integrity by integrating the speaker, the listener, the witness, and moves that process of integration and decision along. And I recommend highly the process of regular and periodic witnessings in front of a camera. Not just any camera. You want a camera, be it a tablet, be it a phone, where you can see yourself as you are communicating. And you let that person be real. And you talk to them. And this has played an enormously profound role in my own traumatic healing. Trauma and PTSD being a very delicate issue, I found I could not ask the part of me that needed to speak and be heard to fit into a therapist's schedule, to fit into a therapist's paradigm, to fit into a therapist's protocol, and into their payment structure.